Loneliness isn't just being alone. It's being surrounded by people, but feeling like no one really sees you. And the worst part is you start believing that maybe you're the reason why. I know that place too well. I used to wake up every morning thinking if I just worked harder, if I just become better, maybe I'd finally be loved for who I am. But no matter what I achieved, the silence at the end of the day felt louder. You check your phone, nothing. You scroll, nothing. And you begin to wonder if you'll always feel unseen. What I didn't understand back then was loneliness isn't caused by the world ignoring you. It's caused by ignoring yourself. So the distance you feel from others mirrors the distance you feel from your own truth. See, I kept trying to fill the emptiness by adding things, more achievements, more conversations, more people. But loneliness isn't a lack of company. It's a lack of connection with your own self. I'd go out, laugh, talk, and pretend, then come home feeling emptier than when I left. Because I was never really there in those moments. My mind was somewhere else, worrying what they thought, trying to appear fine, and building walls instead of bridges to a new version of me. And that's the mistake most of us make. We think the solution is out there when it's always been in here. The truth is, you cannot connect deeply with anyone until you learn to be fully with yourself. And that starts with small things, not some huge change. It starts with noticing the silence instead of running from it. It starts with asking yourself, what am I feeling right now? And actually listening for the answer. The first time I tried this, it was uncomfortable because when you sit with yourself, the emotions you've been avoiding rise up. All the loneliness, the shame, the memories of being left out or misunderstood, they surface. But those feelings aren't enemies, they're messengers. They're saying, I've been here the whole time, waiting for you to notice me. And when I finally stopped escaping the silence, something changed. I started realizing that being alone didn't mean I was unloved. It meant I had a sacred space to meet myself again. The moment you stop trying to escape loneliness, it transforms into peace. Because loneliness isn't just your soul basically asking for your attention. And think about it. How often do you check in with everyone else, but never with yourself? You text, how are you doing? Or are you okay? But you never ask yourself the same question. You celebrate others, but forget to acknowledge just how far you've come, even by you being on this video. When I began giving myself the attention I was craving from the world outside of me, the world outside of me started reflecting it back to me. People who resonated with my energy began appearing, and not because I searched harder, but because I finally stopped searching. Everything, the energy of wholeness attracts wholeness. If you feel lonely right now, start with this. Every morning, before you touch your phone, put your hand on your heart and say, I'm here. 3 simple words that rebuild trust between you and you. Then, once a day, do something you would have done with someone else, but do it for yourself. Go for that walk, cook that meal, watch that movie, not to prove you're fine alone, but to remind yourself that your company is enough. And when thoughts creep in, for example, like, why don't they message me? Or why am I always alone? Don't fight them. In fact, you shouldn't even use those words because that's what you're going to attract. Don't analyze them. Just breathe and remember that loneliness loses the power the moment you stop believing it's a punishment. And loneliness isn't something you escape. It's something you evolve through. It's the bridge between who you were and who you're becoming. Because once you make peace with being alone, you'll never feel lonely again, even in a crowded room. If this helped you, then subscribe, because this is where we learn to feel again without falling apart.